Hello everybody, welcome back to Steph's Movies and Music. Hold on, let's try that again. Gotta make sure I'm super fabulous today. A little joke for myself in editing. Nobody else will ever see this, of course. Yeah. Hello everybody, welcome back to Steph's Movies and Music. I am, of course, your host, Steph. And we are here for a music hall video. But music hall, it doesn't really do it justice anymore, because I think I'm gonna start doing, because this is called Steph's Movies and Music, of course. I should probably start showing off whatever movies I get. I don't really do movies that often. I don't get movies that often. I don't really watch movies that often. This is mainly a music-oriented channel. It used to be more movies on it back when I was doing movie reviews. And I'm kind of getting back into video game collecting as well. For those of you that don't know, I have about 1,000 video games and maybe like 45 to 50 different systems, including handhelds and then, the computers and whatnot. Anyway, I better cut off all the rambling because there's a lot to get to in this video. I got video games to show off, only a few. Some pop figurines, some movies, and of course, a shit ton of vinyl. I think I'm going to do the vinyl first just because for those of you that watch these music hall videos that I do, you're probably mainly here for the vinyl. You're not here for all the other crap. So I'm going to save all the other video games and movies and whatnot for the end, so therefore you don't have to skip ahead. Okay, first off, we have a box of 45s. These are donations. Thank you.
I hope you like it.
Thank you.
If you want more, you can have more.
Thanks. What the fuck is that? Alright, well. Oh, wow. I think I just swallowed a bunch of sandpaper. This is going to take a minute, so if you want to see the rest of the albums, you might want to skip forward a little bit, just a couple minutes. We got a lot of classic singles in here. We got Kenny Rogers' Lady. I'm not going to go through all of them. But there's Carly Simon in here, Carpenters, Fats Domino, Steve Allen, Chuck Berry. Like, there's some really old ones in here that are probably like 60 years old. Little Richard, Tutti Frutti. Lift Your Love Higher from Eddie Cornelius. We got UB40. Greatest Love of All, Whitney Houston. Kenny Loggins. Beach Boys. More Beach Boys. Madonna. It's quite a mix of things in here. We got Styx in here. We got Come Sail Away. Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. Steve Miller Band. Phil Collins with Wings. Lionel Richie, Alabama. Elvis Presley. Dean Martin. Alright, now the last book is Steve Winwood. Huey Lewis. Phil Collins. Foreigner. Paula Abdul. Dan Fogelberg, James Taylor, Loverboy, Wham, Neil Diamond, Sonny and Cher, Irene Cara, George Harrison, Chicago, Elvis Presley, more Elvis Presley, Donna Summer, Toto, and that's it. I'm very, very grateful. I don't think my record player plays 45s. I think it only plays 33s. It might play 45s. Let me see. Actually, it does play 45s. How about that? Ugh, what the fuck? Okay, so these are all records that I got from eBay. They were all in different lots, like auctions. And so I bid on them. Each one had like, 5 maybe more albums. I'm pretty sure this was all one lot. Of course, I know last time I had each of the boxes that they all came in, and I was giving shout outs to whoever I bought them from. I decided not to do that this time. Maybe I'll go back to doing that. Not so sure if I will or not. First, we got Three Dog Night with Harmony. This one has Never Been to Spain on it, and Old Fashioned Love Song. Santana, this is their first album, so 1971, I believe. That's a really old one. I think I already had that one, I'm not sure. We got a maxi single, or at least a 12-inch single. I don't know if that makes it a maxi single or not. But of She Bop from Cyndi Lauper. Kind of a weird song. Not just the subject matter, but like everything about it's kind of just weird. We got Catchable at 4 from Cat Stevens, and we also got Foreigner from Cat Stevens. Never really dove into his catalog. There's a lot of famous musicians and bands that I just haven't really dove much into. I respect them for who they are, and I know maybe one or two, maybe even 3 songs by them, but I haven't really delved, whatever the word is. I haven't really made my way to them yet. I haven't really explored their catalog yet. Here's another one of those, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I guess this is definitely their self-titled album. I'm not sure if it's their debut or not. We got Four Wheel Drive from Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's another one that I haven't really explored that much yet. We got Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain. It's a good one. This one's a 9 times platinum selling album. I'm surprised that it hasn't hit diamond yet. But it's Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. This is, it has Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You, and I think there might be another single on here. I'm not sure, but 9 times platinum, which is a big deal. Okay, now, next we have a Rolling Stones lot that I bought. First we got It's Only Rock and Roll. I think this is a platinum selling album. The Rolling Stones Black and Blue. Not sure what that is. It's at least platinum, but it might be more, but I'm not going to guess. We got Rolling Stones Let It Bleed. I think this is a double platinum selling album. Alright, here's one. I think this is their best selling album. Some Girls. By the way, none of these are remasters. I think maybe a couple of them might be reissues. This might be a reissue from like, let's see, this came out in 78, so this might be like a 1979 reissue or something like that. But yeah, this is a 6 times platinum selling album. They also got the Rolling Stones 12 by 5, and then Rolling Stones Flowers, which I'm pretty sure is a compilation album. Now, this is the last lot here. Really a mishmash of different things. This one is a remaster, and I think it's on 180 gram vinyl. Simon and Garfunkel, The Concert in Central Park, which I think was New York Central Park. Beatles, Abbey Road. I think this one might be a reissue as well. Still pretty old. It's not remastered. I want to say this is a diamond selling album. We got music from the original soundtrack and more. This is Woodstock from Woodstock. Not in the best of condition. Pretty interesting to own. Smells like old. Okay, next we have Eurythmics, Revenge, 1986. I think this is a gold selling album. Okay, Eagles Greatest Hits Volume 2. What do you got on here? Hotel California, of course. Heartache Tonight, Seven Bridges Road, Victim of Love. It's probably my favorite Eagles song. Life in the Fast Lane. I Can't Tell You It. I Can't Tell You Why. New Kid in Town, The Long Run, After the Thrill Is Gone. Not all of those are hits. I'm pretty sure Victim of Love wasn't a hit as far as Billboard Hot 100 goes, but I think maybe on like the rock stations it was a hit. We got Fleetwood Mac Rumors here. except for it's not. It's actually their self-titled album. I'm not sure if that's a double album or not. This is side 1 and side 2. Kind of sucks that it didn't have the... Can you not, please? Kind of sucks that it didn't have the actual, thing. And not to mention, this is not in really good condition at all. I don't know if I'll keep this or not. I guess for now I will. And I'll get rid of it later. I think my siblings are possessed. Alright, now. One big, ginormous carrying case of vinyl. Oh, we do have one CD. So there's a few different artists that I'm trying to get all of their studio albums. The Who is one of them. This is Endless Wire, which came out in 2006. Leah.
Yep.
Why did you put chocolate in this?
How do you know I did?
Because, well, for one, earlier said, I'm going to put chocolate in the smoothies. And then also I could taste the chocolate.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom or just like you can?
Just in general.
Oh. If you want more, I can take it up now.
I don't really want any.
It's
No
okay.
offense.
I didn't drink any of all of it. I just sat on the table.
I'm going to take that.
Yep.
I did try it.
Yeah.
It's kind of okay. The chocolate's just kind of weird.
Yeah. I understand that.
Thank you.
I'll close the door.
Thanks. She immediately offered it to somebody else. Alright, next one is kind of cool. Jefferson Starship, Mother of the Sun. I actually did an album review of this. Which was probably 2 years ago. 2020 was when it was released, and not certified anything. It is signed by everybody in the band. All these people worked on the album, I believe. Donnie Baldwin, I think is his name. He was the founding drummer of Starship in the 80s. He founded that band in 84. Well, he helped found that band in 84. David Freebird, who is a founding member of Jefferson Starship. He's the only original member left. However, Donnie Baldwin was on, like, I think the Nuclear Furniture album or something. That album went gold or platinum or something. So he is kind of important as far as Jefferson Starship goes as well. Here's one that I've been trying to get for a long time. Any Ozzy Osbourne album is kind of hard for me to find, just out in the wild. And then whenever I do find it, it's always a lot of money. This one was $75, but that's pretty much what it's worth. In fact, I think it's worth a little bit more, probably around the 100. But yeah, it's Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads tribute. All right, the Pretenders, Get Close. I think this is a gold selling album. All right, now another copy of Santana. I think this one's in slightly better condition, so this is the one that I'll keep. I think this is a double platinum selling album. All right, now we got Kansas Audio Visions. This is certified gold. This is the last album to be, this is the last Kansas album to be certified anything by the RIAA. As far as studio albums go, I think they might have a compilation album that went gold or platinum or something. All right, we got George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone. This is a gold platinum selling, not gold platinum. That doesn't make any sense. This is a gold certified album. Motorhead, Another Perfect Day. So I don't come across albums by classic metal artists very often. So when I do, and when I find one that isn't super duper expensive, I try to get it. This is one of them. I mainly got it. I don't think there's probably some really cool tracks on here. I don't recognize any of them. So I'm just guessing that there's probably some cool tracks on here. Motorhead's pretty cool. But I mainly got it for the album art. I mean, look at that shit. I think this is $30. We got The Doors, Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. I didn't look at it that closely earlier, but it turns out it's a huge compilation album, which is really cool, but if I had known that it was a compilation album, I probably wouldn't have gotten it, because that was like another $25-$30 album. Bryan Adams Cuts Like a Knife for $6. This is a platinum selling album. Of course, This Time was, I think, in the top 30. Straight from the Heart was number 10. Cuts Like a Knife was definitely in the top 20 for sure. I think it was like number 12 or something. I might try to get every Bryan Adams album too. I'm not sure. Okay, Wings Over America for 15 bucks. This is a very famous live album. This, at the very least, is certified platinum. Alright, Elton John, The Fox. This was when he was in his kind of a slump. I think this was 1981. I think it was this one, and then he had Victim of Love come out in like 1979. They didn't really do anything here in America. He might have had an album come out in 1980, and that might have done kind of well. But yeah, this one wasn't certified anything, at least not in America. I think it might have went gold in the UK. But once again, I'm going for every Elton John album, and you can't do that without getting that. Here's another one. Elton John, Breaking Hearts. This is 1984. I don't think this was his commercial comeback. I think Too Low for Zero, which came out in, I think, 83. I think. That was his commercial comeback, and that went platinum. I think this one went gold, I think. Alright, Huey Lewis and the News, 4 for 15 bucks. Looking around for this album for a while. I think I might have even passed on this at a previous trip to Half Price Books, because I was like, 15 bucks, that's not bad, but I feel like I could get it a little bit cheaper, maybe 10 bucks, 9 bucks or something like that. But I couldn't, so eventually I came back, and I got this album amongst others when I did come back. So yeah, this is a triple platinum selling album. Jacob's Ladder, Stuck With You. Doing It All for My Baby, Hip to Be Square. Okay, Heart Brigade. This is a double platinum selling album. Hell, I might even try to get every Heart album. All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You is the big one from this one. That's a number. That went to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Tall, Dark, and Handsome Stranger might have done something. There's another one. Stranded, I think, was went to there. I think there's 2 or 3 top 40 hits. This was actually released in 1990. It's really cool to get original albums that aren't remasters. They came out in the 90s, because it's not very common, anymore. I guess 1990 maybe it was still pretty common, but within the next couple years after that, CD became more of a standard than vinyl. Vinyl was becoming substandard, so therefore it's harder and harder to find albums that came out in the 90s on vinyl without it being a remaster. And they're also super pricey when you do find them, because there just wasn't that many being made. Alright, Dale Hall and John Oates, Private Eyes for 10 bucks. Obviously, you got Private Eyes, and I can't go for that. No can do. Did It in a Minute. That is I think a double platinum selling album. Alright, Steve Miller Band, The Joker. This is a platinum selling album for 10 bucks. It's kind of freaky. I think the only 2 singles from this is The Joker and Your Cash Ain't Nothing But Trash. Alright, this is The Final Cut from Pink Floyd. I think this is a triple platinum selling album. This is 1983. Here's another Rolling Stones album, Undercover. I want to say this is I don't know when this came. There's a butt on it. That's pretty cool. I don't know when what that's certified. Grace, Welcome to the Wrecking Ball. I want to say this is her debut album, but I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. That's pretty cool, though. I think she might have even had a top 40 hit on this, but I believe this was not certified anything. Okay, Tina Turner, Private Dancer. This album's a huge deal. This is a 5 times platinum selling album. What's Love Got to Do with It? Better Be Good to Me. Private Dancer. Private Dancer is amazing. That's an amazing song, an amazing album. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. This is a 8 times platinum selling album. Huge, huge album. Alright, Led Zeppelin 1. First one for $25. I believe this is original pressing. This is a 8 times platinum selling album as well. Alright, we got Janet Jackson, Control. This is really high up there too. I think it's a 6 times platinum selling album. Got Control, Nasty, What Have You Done For Me Lately, Pleasure Principle. I'm sure there's others on there too. That was a huge album. Kansas, Leftoverture. Of course, Carry On My Wayward Son. Miracles Out of Nowhere. This is a quadruple platinum selling album. Pat Benatar, 7 the Hard Way. I believe this is a gold selling album. I believe. I got the Invincible theme from The Legend of Billie Jean. Sex as a Weapon. The Cars. I've been looking for this album for a really long time. So I guess that's why I justified spending 20 bucks. My Best Friend's Girl, which is a really good one. Good Times Roll. Just What I Needed, which I know it's it's super mainstream, but Just What I Needed is probably my favorite. This is a 6 times platinum selling album. Okay, Led Zeppelin 2 for $30. Pretty sure that this is original. Pretty sure. Not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure. Okay. Now here's one I wasn't expecting to find at all. This is Journey, Look Into the Future. I think this was the album before they got big. This was the album before Steve Perry joined, I believe. This is 1976. It's not certified anything. Okay, Supertramp, Even in the Quietest Moments for $5. You give a little bit. Even in the Quietest Moments. Fool's Overture. I think this is a gold selling album. Alright, last 2 is for the album. Survivor, Vital Signs. I want to say this is a platinum selling album. It's got I Can't Hold Back, High on You, The Search Is Over. All 3 of those are top 40 hits. Okay. I got this one mainly for a joke. I gotta remember to bring this in to work tomorrow. This is a 12-inch single from Chingy. I think it was from like some sort of box set. It says LTD Powerball and box set, so I think that's what it was from. It's just What Up With It and I Do. Those are the 2 songs that are on this. One of my coworkers is actually first cousins with Chingy, who was from St. Louis, where I live. So I'm gonna bring this to work and just kind of tease him. I know it's terrible, but I tease him about it all the time. No, don't get me wrong. I think it's really cool that he's cousins with Chingy. I'd be bragging about it. He doesn't. I think he's kind of annoyed by it, which is why I tease him about it. So, because I'm an asshole, that's just what I do. Anyway, that's all of those. We got some VHS tapes coming up next, but first, I'm going to show you this. My friend Lizzie got this for me. She got me a kidney. Yeah, actually it's a kidney stone, which looks like a piece of shit. So she gave me a piece of shit for my birthday. My birthday was on March 17th. I'm 23 now. How about that? But yeah, it looks like a piece of shit on crack because it's so fucking bloodshot. And this looks even more like a piece of shit, the actual picture of a real kidney stone. Just why? Why does this exist? And they had others. They had like herpes and chlamydia and like other body parts like hearts and brains and stuff like that. I'm surprised they didn't have a freaking sperm cell. I forgot to say this earlier, but just so you know, The Cars, Led Zeppelin 2, Journey, Look Into the Future, Even in the Quietest Moments, Vital Signs, and the Chingy single. All of those albums and the single were, I guess you could call them donations, because me and my friend Lizzie, we went to Half Price Books, the same person that gave me the piece of shit present, aka the kidney stone, the fake. Anyway, you saw it. She actually paid for all of these. I tried to pay, and she was like, "Nope, happy birthday." And so, shout out to Lizzie, my friend. We've been through a lot, and I just wanted to thank you very, very, very much for paying for, I think it was roughly $75, $80 worth of vinyl for me. So that was really nice of her. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Lizzie. Actually, this is the last music-related thing. Whitney Houston, vinyl pop figurine. Another one of those to add to my collection. We'll show off the movies next. These are kind of unusual. I gotta clean this one up a bit. This is a CED video disc. Apparently this was a format that came out. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a laser disc, but in kind of like almost like a floppy disk kind of format. So you got big CDs called laser discs, and you got big floppy disks called CED video discs. I think you could figure out why it didn't really take off. It's a little finicky and bulky, and these probably don't work. I don't have a player or anything that will play them. I just have them because I thought it was really interesting. This also looked really interesting. That's the only reason why I got that. I'm not sure if you have to, halfway through, you got to flip it around like a laser disc or anything. I'm not sure. This is really cool. Like I said, I doubt they work. I really do. We got Body Double, Endless Love, and one more, Beastmaster Side 1, which is a movie that didn't do so hot. I think it made back its money, but only barely. I think it only cost like $9 million, and I think it got $14 million back. So at least that. I did a little bit of research. I couldn't really find that much on it, to be honest. It's just a failed format that came out in like 1981, 1982, and I think by the end of 1984, maybe 1985, it was completely discontinued. So, oh wow, how about that? One more music-related thing. Roxette Joyride. I think this was gold, maybe platinum in the United States. Of course, Mary Fredrickson, the female singer, she's not around anymore. Hellfighters with John Wayne. I know this looks really lame, but it looked interesting, so I got it. I might watch it. Not sure. Alright, Mrs. Doubtfire. I already had this one. This one's an older variant. I think I have like the digitally remastered version of this one. This one's just straight up like the first one, the first cut, not remastered or anything. Visit your participating FTD florist to enter the Mrs. Doubtfire Big Hug sweepstakes before May 31st, 1994. I think I might be a little late on that. This one I did not have. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. I gotta take a picture of this and send it to my girlfriend. She'll probably think it's really funny. This is the one where Brandy is Cinderella and Whitney Houston's the fairy godmother, which makes sense. We only have a couple more things to show you. First, we have something called a Virtual Boy game, which I do have one in the box. Not Japanese version either. It is the North American Virtual Boy in the box. So it's worth like a lot of money. We got Wario Land, which you probably can't see it very well. It's super tiny. This is probably one of the best games to come out on the Virtual Boy. This is probably second only to Jack Brothers on the Virtual Boy. And if you could get the Japanese version of that, then it's pretty worth it. You could probably get it for like $75, which is a little bit more than what I paid for this. This is really cool. This is only my second Virtual Boy game. The only other one I have is Mario's Tennis, which is what came with the Virtual Boy in the first place. Now we do have this thing. It's a color television called from a Space Maker. Well, it's called the Space Maker from General Electric. It's the company that made it. I don't think you could probably plug anything into it. It says this was manufactured in April of 1986. So it'll be 38 years old this month. By far not my oldest TV. My oldest TV is 52 years old. There you go. That probably looks kind of cool, right? I have one more thing to show you, and then we can finally end this video. It's called a Nintendo 64. I already had the system inside of it. However, I did not have the box for it. So I bought this at the same retro game store as the Virtual Boy game. I just bought the box. People collect them. I collect them. I have 6 or 7 video game systems in the box now. I have an Atari Jaguar in the box. I have Virtual Boy in the box. This in the box. PlayStation 1 in the box. Neo Geo Pocket Color in the box. The Switch in the box. Pretty much everybody has that. Panasonic 3DO in the box. There you go. I'm glad I can finally get that in the box. I plan on going back there to get other video game system boxes that I don't already own. They have pretty much everything there. Like, it's unbelievable how much shit they have. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry it took so long. I hope this was semi-interesting. Leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe for more. I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Steph signing off.